Hi guys. They brought me a big file of firewood. Here come across a lot of good bars. From them I will build a summer shower. First, boards need to be prepared. To assemble the frame base you will need 4 bars of 2 meters and 8 bars of 1.1 meters. I sanded a little bit to make the edges smoother. Let's start the assembly right now. I will use the easiest way to connect the timber. It's an inside view. It's an outside view. First make 2 sides and then join them together. Before screwing screws, it is necessary to drill holes, that wood did not crack. Continue to assemble the frame. The frame is ready. This is what the connection looks like. Cross sticks I will mount at a distance of about 30 cm from the top and bottom. This must be done from 3 sides. For rigidity it is necessary to make braces. These are the sides turned out. On this side the spacer had to be lowered slightly to the vertical studs were in the same plane. Angle strips made this way. Now all we have to do is make a door. The spacer will be located like this. Before you make a door, you need to nail one piece of wood on top and bottom. The horizontal support should be flush with the outer surface. Drill 3 mm. That's done. Same upstairs. All beams are fixed and now you can start making a door. I'll make a door with thin planks with a square section. It is necessary to take into account the gaps between the door and the door frame. I will make gaps of 3 mm. I'll make an angle strip the right size, but not fasten yet. It is time to fasten the hinges on the door. There will be 3 pieces. Before you install the door, you must make a gap between the door and the door frame. To do this, I will use a thin sliver. Next, you need to fix the brace at the level at which the door does not cling when moving. Excellent! Nothing anywhere touches, so at this level I will fix. We need to lubricate the hinges. I will use a furniture magnet to hold the door in the closed position. I fixed it on a small bar, and the metal plate is fixed to the door. On top of the screwed metal plate to the door did not fall inside. This is a very necessary detail. Bottom need to install the same. Still, the magnet is better to install at the end. I found old handles and sawed off the bad ends. I will fix them at this level on both sides. From this side you need to make a recess for the cap screw. Now we are starting to make a roof. Seven bars are enough for a roof of this size, in my opinion. Now do 2 racks, front and the back. The racks are fixed to bars at an angle of 15 degrees, and they will be screwed to the crate. The roof will be single-pitched and consist of two parts. The lower part is the base, which will be attached to the structure itself, and the top part is a lattice with a roof. To the foundation was more rigid. I'll screw a few bars. For the angles to be straight, the diagonals must be equal. The roof will be removable. Perhaps in the future I will want to install a black barrel, and then the roof will have to be redone. Now take the stretch film from the construction store and wrap it around the roof in 3 layers. The overlap should be 10–15 cm. Film must be stretched so that it densely adjoined to a surface. All edges are fixed with tape. All done. Wrapped like this, and the extreme bars bent. It turns out that it is better to wrap like this. Keep that in mind. Shower will be as isolate from the wind. You need to wrap the second part. Now wrap the shower, also in 3 layers. It is desirable to install the base of the roof and wrap with it. The roof is inserted into the grooves that were obtained during the assembly of the frame, front and rear. The roof base is attached to the frame by 4 screws. The shower cabin is wrapped with film, and now you can install the top. It is also fastened with 4 screws. The roof is fixed, and now you can move on. The main works is done, but the most interesting is ahead. The shape of the roof turned out to be original. It looks fun. I like it, don't you? Now you need to take a white adhesive tape, not narrow as I have, namely broad, and paste over the perimeter of the door and the door frame. That the film does not come off after cutting the door, it needs to be fixed. To do this, I will use window insulation. I'll secure it with a construction stapler, and around the perimeter of the doorway will fix strips of linoleum. The joint will do at an angle. I will use such a construction stapler. By the way, I broke the handle of the stapler and I modeled and printed on a 3D printer a new one. It turned out very cool. If necessary, the link will be in the description under the video. It turns out a more beautiful view. Now you need to fix these strips on the door. On the left side it is better to do 2 rows. It is clear that this guy is happy with the work done. And now carefully begin to cut the film between the door and the door frame. On the right side of the cut is not necessary. Now I mount the second handle. The magnetic latch should be mounted just after cutting the film. There was a small gap due to deformation, so the magnetic latch stopped working. Instead of a metal plate, I attached a neodymium magnet from the hard drive. Everything's fine now. Before wrapping the shower stall on the right, I fixed the bar on which the bracket will be attached.
Ну и Сашенька, ты нехороший, жить может, жить может.
I used oilcloth to keep the wooden frame from getting wet. Overlap 20-30 centimeters. It is best to stick a white adhesive tape over the entire length. You can also glue vertically. To hang the curtain I will use an aluminum tube, diameter 14 mm. To fix the tube made such mounts. Fixed the holders and now you can install the rod. Then I moved them a little farther from the door. Great, the curtain moves easily. Here, due to the high tension, stretch film broke. My mistake. It was necessary to make 2 strips, and then cut. So, how did I solve the problem? Taped further tape and secured the second strip. It's all the way down. Prepared place. Removed the topsoil. Let's get some sand in here. After alignment of sand and corners, put 4 bricks. On all sides and diagonals I set the level. For the pallet I will use such bars. They have sharp corners, so they need a little processing. I will use a rough file first. Then I'll sandpaper it. The result should be a smooth surface and rounded edges. This is done in order to be pleasant to the feet. The size of the tray is slightly smaller than the inner perimeter of the shower, indent about 1 cm. The gap between the bars is also 1 cm. I'll fix the center bar first, and then all the others. To control the get conveniently, any the subject off, like a finger. First, put the tray and then install the shower. I had to adjust the stability a bit in place. Now is normally not falter. The pallet looks very beautiful. It is very comfortable to stand on it with your feet. At the top, I attached another shower head holder to an extra bar. The water will not flow from the side, but from above. In order not to blow from below, I sprinkled the shower cabin with sand around the perimeter. Inside you need something to put that the film does not bend. In order to wash, I will use the foot shower Stomper. This hose is lowered into a container of water. It is a rubber mat with two pumps. They have built-in valves that ensure the movement of water in only one direction. Stomp your feet and the water on the second hose rises. Especially for the shower, I modeled hooks and printed them on a 3D printer. The door had to be reinforced with two more struts. Also fixed membrane holders. If you want to make the same, then click on the hint at the top right. From aluminum tube made shower riser rail, modeled mounts and several holders, shampoo shelf, soap dish and hook. Use the shower has become much more convenient. Link to the 3D model will live in the description. It's a rod mount. This is a shampoo shelf with a removable stopper. Therefore, printing does not need support. Print it separately and then just put on top. All holders have a special mount with which they are securely fixed to the rod. Also, any holder can be rotated or outweighed. Below is a soap dish. Because of the features of 3D printing, I made a hook of two parts. For the best view, chamfers and fillets are made everywhere. The design was very light, and it is important that it is not carried away in a strong wind to the neighbors. I don't want the shower to change its location without my knowledge. In the upper part of the shower on the perimeter made of additional strapping timber. In order not to damage the film, provided spacers of linoleum. In the ground hammered iron L-shaped profiles. To them at an angle fixed long struts. And screwed here. This side too. But there's only one strut. On this side of the shower cabin is fixed to the house with a small bar, and additionally tied a rope. That's all. The shower cabin is completely ready to use. I made it so I could close the door, undress and hang all my stuff. And then draw the curtain and things wouldn't get wet. The inner space is heated very quickly. Wash very comfortable. There's no wind. If it's a sunny day, the shower is very hot. Washed, dried, dressed, and then you can go outside. When the door opens, you can dry things in the sun. The final version of the shower looks like this. If you don't like the video, don't put likes, don't write comments, and don't subscribe to the channel. But further will many interesting things. Good luck. Bye.